Hello, hello. Today I want to show you one of the new and exciting improvements in technology, and I am very excited because I can use it in language learning. So I wanted to share this technique with you. It is going to be more proper for intermediate learners, but even if you are a beginner, I think you can make use of this new technology. It is basically about reading. Yeah, I can say it's about reading. And for the people who can't find engaging materials to read or who gets bored from something and wants to change in the process, so you can use this opportunity. At the same time, so no longer, I mean, you can never say anymore that you can't find proper material for you to read. You just need to learn about how to search for it. As I said, it is basically going to be about reading. You might already have heard of this web page. It is about artificial intelligence. You can use it for yourself. Maybe you can even help your kid to study with this. I don't know. It's up to you. Actually, I'm gonna show you at the end how I use it at the same time. So, ChatGPT, it uses artificial intelligence, open AIs kind of things. Some people say that it is the new type of Google. Thanks to one person I study with who lives in Switzerland, I learned about this web page. Actually, I knew about it already, but I didn't know that we could use it these days. So I love learning something from the people I study with. Here, you can write something, whatever you want, and it gives you the answer. For example, write me a very short, let's say, lower intermediate story. And you can also decide about the actors, like who is the protagonist, or you can just um, write like a recipe about the place setting, any kind of things you can write to this description. It's like a description for me. A very short, lower intermediate story. I'm not going to give too many details. At the end, please supply supply me with, let's say, difficult words, glossary in Turkish translation. So let's see what it gives to us. And it starts to write a story for you. You can set the tone. You can adjust the level. You can request a story which is lower beginner with a very limited vocabulary, even shorter, for example. I can, and when it starts writing, you just can start reading. So as you see down below, it writes the words which might be unknown for you with in Turkish meanings. I'm going to copy the description here because this time I am not going to want glossary. Please supply, please also show it to me in Turkish, Spanish, and German translations, for example. And this time it's going to be a very, very, very short because it might take some time to write it. Let's see whether it's going to be shorter. So it's going to be, yeah, it's just very short, like one small paragraph. But I can see the Turkish translation, for example, at the top, and it's gonna give, yeah, Spanish and German translations also are. You can, it's up to your imagination. It is up to your imagination. So you can now read the story and whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a story, by the way. You can read the story and you can compare it with the Turkish translation. You can change the details, I mean, so you can give some details for the machine to write about. At the same time, so if you get prepared for the IELTS kind of exams, and you might make the machine write IELTS type of paragraphs, or give me a paragraph paragraph for IELTS be speaking exam. It should be about, so right, it should be about, like, let's say, pollution. I don't know. You can write anything. So so it only writes me a paragraph. Okay, you can adjust it to, you can write a better description for it to create like a paragraph that you can say, that you can speak during the IELTS exam. It's up to you. Or if you want to get prepared for some reading exams, and so there are some paragraphs, right? You can make the machine write similar exams. For example, I would like to learn about the uh, please give me a paragraph about uh, Shakespeare's time, political pressures and their effects on Shakespeare's plays, for example. And it's gonna write us a paragraph about the political pressures on, in Shakespeare's time and their effects on his plays. So we can just take our time to read it afterwards, and it's gonna be both about literature, yeah, and also politics. So you can just use it however you want. You can always request the Turkish or whatever language translations here. And also I use this web page or artificial intelligence for reading purposes. So whatever I have in my mind, I ask, like, and I can make different queries. And it's a reading, like, it's a like a book for me. For example, give me the let's say best traits of a language tutor, for example. Or I can change the query and I can read about the common tutoring mistakes, or how can I improve my techniques even more about this. So I can require more details. So now it's like a reading. It's like a book for me that I can keep reading. I just wanted to share this with you. I hope it helps, and I hope you can use it for language learning objectives. Have a nice day. Bye for now.